Well, hey there team, and welcome back to the channel, and welcome back to some more Carrier Command. Oh geez, quick hiccup to get us started. Let's have a look at the map, and you will see you have not lost an episode. We have jumped forward an episode because... What are you up to? You're out of ammo on everything? That doesn't even make sense, hang on. Well... Oh, I guess maybe I've been strafing with you, whatever. Alright, we'll bring you back. So look, I just did record the previous episode, and for whatever reason, it doesn't happen very often, but hey look, it happens to the best of us. I've had a hardware issue. I've lost the entire voice track, basically. What I can do... Hang on. Is I'll bring you up to speed on what we missed, actually. Let's see, give me a sec. We did this Splinter Island. We took that one. If I recall, at the end of the episode before, we had to restage. So actually, it worked out kind of well. Not that it was a nothing episode, but I had to send some virus bots in and wait for them to come back, and they got stuck on the bloody geometry, as they do, so then I lost a bit of time there. So we took that island, which I believe is Fior. Is that correct? It is. Oh look, I haven't tied it into the network yet, so I should do that. So we'll tie that into that, and I believe we've got two barges, right? There we go. I think we've got two barges. Yeah, they're on top of each other. Oh, so fiddly. So we'll just tie everything in. Like, you'd be able to put separate barges for separate things. Yeah, it looks like they're both tied to the two islands up here. Okay, so that worked out quite well. Also, we've got extra fuel stock, I believe. Yeah, sitting on the carrier, so that's cool. We got the original stock. We lost one of our seals, but that was sort of at the last episode. That's the one that was carrying our virus bots. So essentially that's what happened. We took over that island. I did a lot of air strafing, that sort of stuff. I'm getting a little bit better at it. I was drawing circles. I'm trying this out now, and I'm sort of keeping them all low altitude as well. This should be interesting, actually. So here's another thought as well. What I'm doing, I might have refit this already. I've put all cannons on this, right? Because I've found that the albatross strafes are actually pretty sick. Like, they're good with gun strafes. Oh, I'd already called it out. Oh, my bad. And that one's refitting. That one's good with missiles. I will put countermeasure on the this bloke. That's one of the main things I like about them, just in case. This island as well we're taking, I don't even know what's on it, but it is the last sort of 1 star out here in this blob. Small munitions, I don't know what that thing is. And then I think this is 1 star as well, so we'll see. We'll probably fight all the way through there. But my theory is let's just mop up the 1 star islands. It's easier, it's less fucking around. Alright, let's close in. Getting some serious bloody swell coming through here, but we'll see. We'll see. So he's landing. He's coming back, so we might actually be able to maybe see a lock or something like that. You can't really paint targets with the helo. Can we see anything down there? Hard to tell during the day. Yeah. But I'm growing. Oh well, there you go. There's a dude there probably taking a shot. I'm kind of growing fond of these sort of low altitude sweeps. Holy shit, look at this. Oh, turn these off, sorry. Sort of... bring it around just a bit. Oh, there's my helo up there. It's interesting. I do feel myself sort of yeah, so sorry, the audio track on the last one was just absolutely fucking mutilated. It was destroyed, so. One thing I was addressing though is a commenter asked about the state of this game from a single player perspective, and my hot take at the moment, honestly, now that I've spent a lot of time with it, is that while this game is fun for 10% of the time as multiplayer, like when you're fighting an island and the boys are all switched on, the other 90% of the time for the people that aren't in charge, because you do have the bloody alpha nerd driving the ship, making the plans. You know, you can go by committee, but usually you'll have someone sort of in charge, right? He's having a great time. In fact, he's the guy asking this question. He's the guy watching this video. You guys are, right? Because, and by alpha nerd, I'm not actually saying you're a fucking alpha, because we're all nerds, but like, you're the one that organizes the other nerds, right? You're the one with the interest. You're the one bullying people into buying a copy of this so they'll play this bloody game with you, right? But even ignoring the price entry point, which is kind of just gross from a multiplayer perspective. Single player, sure. Multiplayer, no. The other like 3 dudes in your crew or whatever are just gonna have a fucking miserable time. They're not gonna have fun 90% of the time. They're gonna be sitting there on their phone while you have a captive audience, you know? And if you're not aware that that's how the dynamic in your group's working, well, I don't know what to tell you, man. But this is a good single player game, I've decided. It's actually a really good single player game. What is that? What is that? Maybe it's the next island over? Yeah, looks like it. Anyway, so long and short of it is... Let's bring him home. Now that we've done a bit of a refit. Yeah, so I've put all the guns on him. Oh, he's taken off. Jesus, that freaked me out. Like, what happened there? Okay, we'll put this guy up here. And now this is going to have a whole complement of guns. Okay, so that's launching, doing refit. He's launching, he's coming in. That's cool. Okay. So let's get in the camera for this and watch the strafe. Yeah, so... I mean, I'm being a bit cheeky, but you know what I'm talking about, okay? Right? You don't want to be that bloke where you're surrounded by people that you're just making them play a game because you want to. The honest truth is, embrace it. There's a lot of plate spinning. Yes, it can be fun at certain times being multiplayer and having a multi-crew, but this suffers from the same problem as any 4X, you know, Stellaris or even Civ or anything like that. Playing them multiplayer requires a very specific 1% of the player population type person that's willing to sit down for 100 weekends back to back and play 400 hours of a campaign with their mates, right? It's just not realistic for most people, right? So I'd say just get this, play it single player, enjoy it for what it is, right? And, you know, don't try and force your mates into playing it and paying a ridiculous price for something that they're only going to be playing 10% of the time. Look at this strafe, that is cool. Alright. Now, can we see anything? The island's looking pretty bloody... bit naked, you know? Struggling to see anything. We may have killed a few things when we first sort of got up to this island. I guess it's going nighttime now, so we'll start seeing the headlights shortly. But, I mean, this seems like a good time to give it a go. Let's see how our refit's going. Yeah, so I'll probably, do something like that. And he's still rearming. Alright, let's start getting in close to assault. Yeah, so I think, you know, until this turns out catastrophic, but just running these sort of cross lines instead of a circular patrol, it's easy to set up, it's less fucking around. It's less of a pain in the ass when you accidentally misclick and you delete the 10 waypoints to make the circle. I guess we're going into the current here, so... So yeah, that's what you missed out on. Long and short of it, you know? I think this game is, like, I don't want to say it is a single player game. What it actually is an attempt to hybridize, right? Is to try and make a multi-crew version of what is ostensibly a single player game, right? And I think, honestly, if you want to use the correct vernacular, it fails at that, right? You got to also remember, you got to value your friends' time. All right, you might be sold on this game. You might want to put 100 hours in. Your mates don't, right? And even if they do, what's probably going to benefit everyone involved? Say you do have a mate that really wants to play the shit out of this as well. You're both hooked. You're probably better off playing it separately, single player, and becoming, you know, chads at it. And then, he's not receiving shots, so that's good. And then maybe have a versus PvP match or something like that. But even then, you know, you're gonna have to save state. It's gonna take you 4 weekends to get anywhere. So, I think what I'm sort of getting at is your gaming group, or just generally speaking, when it comes to multiplayer, session-based multiplayer will always win the day. I mean, and look, don't take it the wrong way, but if you are that dude that, I don't know, maybe you're not working or something like that. Maybe you can play 16 hours a day of video games, right? You are an outlier. You're unusual. Most people can only play a couple of hours on the weekend or whatever, especially the dudes interested in this sort of game, because they're probably all super fucking nerds, like engineers or something like that, right? So the better use of your time to play a multiplayer game with your friends, you know, the company that you value, where arguably the game is less important than the company itself, right? You know, how many games have you played where maybe you're lukewarm on the game, but you and the boys get around it, and it's about the social experience? You know, it's a stand-in for going to the pub and having a chat. You're better off playing, like, geez, not that I play PUBG, but, you know, a battle royale, something session-based. Play Deep Rock Galactic, those sort of things where you can do a run or two in half an hour, and then you can come away going, that was cool. That was a self-enclosed experience. We had a good time. Memories were made. That's what I would say. I think this game, it's a valiant effort what it's attempted to do, for sure. It's cool that it's tried this out. But, fire and a miss, I would say. Alright. $50 knots, eh? I'm just waiting for that radar. Let's go. Absolute airspace dominance. There it is. Stop, stop, stop. Put steering lock on. Cool. Oh, wow, we got well close, didn't we? Honestly, I think we can get away with just sending this straight in. Deploy vehicle. We'll increase this sort of, what do you call it, like a cap? Get that airspace presence up. We'll keep swinging that around. Yeah, so bit of a rant, bit of a meandering ramble. That worked out really well, actually. But yeah, I think I must have dumpstered a bit of the island before I finished up the previous episode. So yeah, I didn't mean for that to turn out into a long thing. I'd be curious if other people have different takes, you know. And before you go start and take offense, if you know, if I'm saying things and you're taking it personally, like, oh, I'm not a neckbeard with no life that plays these sort of games non-stop and tries to bully his mates into playing. I'm like, you know, just take a deep breath. I'm in there with you. I'm a nerd. I'm playing this game, you know. I could be playing all the AAA, the other things that are coming out, but this is the one I want to play. So here I am. So, like, you know, we're brothers in arms, or at least in interest. So, you know, stress less. I'm just trying to be honest about the value that you'd get out of this, you know? Like, do you want to go down that meta rabbit hole? Like, what happens when you get all your mates to buy this game, which is like $70, and then they all hate it? And next time you recommend a game that you're excited about, no one gets on it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would, honestly, a gentle recommendation to your mates, an honest one at that. Hey, look, this game's really cool. I love it. I'm going to play it a lot single player. I really am. It's very expensive for what it is. You know, it's not AAA, but it's really expensive. The multiplayer is stop and go. There's a lot of downtime. You know, if you just gave an honest pitch to your mates about it, and then, you know, if they pick it up and play it, whatever, like, in a way, that's on them. I just feel like, you know, you got to tempt. Oh, there we go. Hang on. There's baddies all of a sudden. No, I want this. I want an albatross. Or was that the next island over? I think this island's clear. Famous last words. So, I think stabilized camera is much better when you don't actually have a target yet. I will say, doing these particular strafes, the camera, well, I guess no, because we're at such a low altitude, the camera does move a lot faster. If going around in a circle, you can sort of, you know, do the old bloody A10 from COD and keep your camera pretty steady. It's kind of harder to keep the camera steady when you're straight lining it. Anyway, I'll stop banging the drum on that point. I think you guys get what I'm saying, right? This is not the hill. This game is not the hill I would die on. I wouldn't say, boys, I've known you for X years. This is the game. Spend your $100 or whatever. Get 4 copies. Let's go. No, absolutely not. Don't do that. You know, just get Deep Rock Galactic. If you want a really hardcore switched-on experience where it's like, you know what I mean? There's beer and pizza games where you're sitting around and you're talking about the ugly chicks that rejected you on the weekend and all that sort of stuff, you know, the dramas at work and that dude from HR that you hate. Like, there are games for that where you can just sort of chill and take it easy, or you can just sit in Discord. What I do with a lot of my mates is we'll all play RimWorld or something separately, but sitting in Discord talking shit. That's what tends to happen there. But if you really want a switched on session based game, like I would say GTFO, which I should get a crew together for that actually. I've got some mates that like it, and I've got some mates that absolutely loathe it. But interestingly, the guys that hate it are the dudes that are in industry running projects, getting flogged 16 hours a day. I can't blame them, you know. They don't want that sort of hardcore bullshit in their life. They want memes, you know, they want downtime. But if you need that, and you know, and this is no knock, we're all at different stages in life. Maybe you punch bloody admin into a computer for 8 hours a day, and it's the most mind-numbing thing ever. That's fine. You know, life's a journey. We're all at different stages, but maybe you do need something more out of your multiplayer experience, you know? Something like Hell Let Loose, I think, especially if you get a really hardcore crew together, tanking, or, you know, squad leading. I do a lot of that, and it's pretty intense stuff. There's no time for banter, is what I'm sort of getting at. And yeah, GTFO is the other one that I really, really highly suggest. Absolute zero room for banter. Really, really coordinated, sweat-lured stuff. This just doesn't have that pace. You know, there's too much downtime to justify getting a crew of dudes together to have anything other than a meh time, right? Play it on your own, have a great time on your own. Play session-based multiplayer with your group as required. That's what I would say. But what would I know? I'm just some dickhead. But remember, I don't have an agenda or anything like that. This game is well past its popular period, you know, the first couple of weeks. I'm playing it, I'm enjoying it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. We're hanging out together, so I'd like to think that my position on this isn't agendaed. You know, I'm not trying to bash the game, and I'm not trying to pump it either. I'm just sort of trying to give you a bit of honest feedback. All right, so that's worked out fairly well. Like, he's coming back as quick as we possibly can. The only way you could do it is with an airlift, maybe, to do it quicker. All right. Small munitions. Sonic pulse ammo. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that could be possibly used for. Okay, let's have a squiz here. In fact, you know what? I'll start bringing the cap back. I should have already done that. I was thinking about sort of having them go to another island with me, but no, what we should do is that. Okay, so we got some options. You can see up here 2, 2, 4, and we've got a 1 down here. And I really think in the spirit of it is probably bash these 2 and get the 1, right? Just knock over the little ones. What was that? Was that virus bots? Vehicle destroyed Razorbill. Fuck, are you serious? What? What? Some sort of collision? Fuck off, game. Did it crash on the runway or something? God damn it. They did patch it so they fly a bit better. Anyway, I think regardless of what, you know, supplies we could actually get from these islands, we have barge networks to consider as well, right? So taking this one first is silly. It's too dangerous for our support logistics. So Sanctuary is the first stop. I don't know what they've got there. What do they have there? Oh, like chassis. Cool. All right, let's tie this in to the network. Tie our barges in as well. There we go. All right, what do we got? Pulse ammo, 30 mil ammo. Okay, where are we at with 30 mil? We've got 30 mil turrets. Oh, I've got a couple spare on the ship, so that's handy. In warehouse. You know what? Let's just get all that ammo out here, because we are using the 30 mil a bit. 33 shells left on the main gun. What the fuck was that? Alright, it's the virus bots, that's fine. They're still... Albatross is still coming in. Can't believe that died from mishap. Alright, and he's refitted. Fine. We'll just wait for this thing to land before we move off. Like, we were perfectly stationary, non-inclement weather, no enemies. It couldn't have been a collision because I would have lost 2 planes or one of them would have been fucked up. I don't even know if you can physically have collisions in this. Maybe. It all seems like a physical system. But like, knowing that that died from mishap and there was nothing going on with my ship or anything makes me think, fuck it, I just should motor from point A to point B and launch planes in the most stupid weather conditions and just YOLO it. Like, because if mitigating against it doesn't make a difference, I might as well fucking do it and move fast, you know? I've got Razorbill and Albatross chassis. Wait, really? When did they get here? Where did I get them from? Cameras. Yeah, so we're a bit hard up for just stuff in general. So that's fine. Oh. Select chassis. Let's rebuild you. Alright, we might make this guy with a bombing complement. Just to sort of make the most of it. Though, gimbaled camera. I really would like to put more like 20mm guns on them, but I can't make those. I don't know if I have them in supply, you know, the garages or anything like that. Alright, 20mm gun. 40mm turret, 30mm turret, ammo, hang on, bomb, missile, rocket, aircraft chain gun. I think that's what it is technically, the 20mm. So what I actually might do is refit. I'll actually just strip it. I don't necessarily want missiles on that, to be honest. Right, you can have double gun, and the one coming in has got that as well. You've got bombs. I can't interact with that guy. He's probably on the deck still. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Don't suppose my virus bot's back. Okay, cool. Time to step off. And where's the opponent at? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, we're pretty much neck and neck because we just took the 5th as well. Cool. Cool. So we'll cut down here and take this chunk and we'll just get a sort of little network going. Should be good. Bugger, shame that thing crashed. And, you know, a bit of a rant there, but people were curious. That is my take. And, you know, I won't deny. Opinions can change, perspectives change. And I absolutely really enjoyed the multiplayer time that I spent with this, you know. I'm glad the developers set it up and I had some good streams with other YouTubers as well, right? Great fun. Absolutely. But, like, again, you know, consider my position. I get this stuff given to me for free, so I don't have to be put out by the cost. And I do this for a living, right? So I've got more sort of time to spend on it as well. I think, you know, as best as I can from that position, I think those that live in the real world with real jobs and real cost considerations and that sort of thing, it's just very hard for me to justify playing this with a bunch of the boys multiplayer. It just, I don't know. I'd be curious what the numbers are. I haven't looked at any of that sort of stuff. I'm sure there's plenty of people getting good value out of this single player, and I stand by that. I still think this is really good fun single player, but I can't help but think this, it's got to have flopped pretty hard as a multiplayer game. Really, I'm curious. I am curious what the stats would be. Anyway, good stuff. Team, thanks again for joining me. Might just leave it there for the time being, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.